Funnily enough, when you turn 90, people do start treating you like an old lady.
Your book is fantastic. The only regret I have about your book is that I've now read it, so I won't have it as a beach read, because I would love to have taken this book on holiday with me.
Oh, bless you.
It's so. I'm guessing you love writing because it's so beautifully written.
I do once I get down to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I start first thing in the morning writing, then it's a great day. But if I don't start, then I do lots of other things.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy writing. I do. And now I've got to the age where I quite honestly couldn't do a run in the theatre. I couldn't do 8 shows a week anymore. Partly because I've got limited time left and I don't want to waste it. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Going every night to the theatre.
And also, you are 90.
I know. I have to keep saying, funnily enough, when you turn 90, people do start treating you like an old lady. Literally overnight, people were offering to see...
Not at 80 then?
No. 80, they didn't notice. They just ignored it, as did I.
Yeah, right.
But suddenly at 90, and I find, if I'm not careful, that I start doddering. Do you know what I mean? Being a doddering old lady.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself that I feel all right.
You have to undodder your day.
Undodder my day.
So,
exactly.
Sheila Hancock, this book, listen, if you're going to buy a book, you know me, I only tell you the truth on the show because otherwise there's no point in anything. If you're going to buy one book this year, you will not get a better companion than this. Sheila Hancock, Old Rage. And you can only talk about old rage when you are older. Sheila's amazing book starts off with a letter to her on behalf of the Queen and Prince Philip, not from the Queen and Prince Philip.
No.
Just speak to that a moment for
Well,
us.
I was flabbergasted. I had already had a CBE. And it's always a bit of an embarrassment because I am a lefty. Do you know what I mean? And and I believe in total equality.
You're a Republican.
Well, no, I'm not really. You see, I remember I'm a wartime kid.
Yeah.
And the Queen, the King and the Queen then, which was the Queen's mother, were terribly important to us. And little Princess Elizabeth used to send us messages when we were down the air raid shelters or evacuated or whatever. So they are part of my life.
Yeah.
And I am reluctant to let them go. I absolutely see all the arguments. But you see, I love all the ritual.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the coronation. It went
interesting.
on a bit, but I mean, I did actually.
Well, you're from the theatre.
I love all the silliness of the ritual.
You touch upon the fact you might be a Republican. Intellectually, from a heart point of view, you're definitely a monarchist. And it is very important. My mum was in the war. You know, my mum's no longer with us, but she would have been 96 now. Same age as the Queen. And Margaret Thatcher. Go back to the letter. Sorry, my fault for interrupting.
So I got this letter saying that they were recommending me to be a dame for a DBE or something. And I thought, this is so embarrassing because there are going to be loads of people saying, what are they giving her that for? And what shall I do? Should I refuse it? And you can't refuse it because it would be ungracious. I mean, it's awfully nice of them to have thought of me. But also, it would make a big issue of it, and it doesn't matter enough for me to say, no, I'm not going to accept that, I'm going to turn it down. I always remember the Beatles. Do you remember the Beatles sending back their OBEs? Uh-huh. And you thought, I can't imagine that the King and Queen were very upset about that. But so it didn't mean a great deal to me, but I was embarrassed by it, I have to say. But then cut to the lockdown and all that business happened. So I couldn't have the ceremony when I got the prize. It was a year later, and it happened to be my grandson's 18th birthday, or one of them. And we went to Windsor Castle, and it was fabulous. I so enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed the ritual, I enjoyed the uniforms and the feathers and the sequins and everything. And I just loved the palace. It's the most beautiful place in the world. And I was completely overwhelmed by it.